So Trump has won. Well, at least I'm told he's won. To be honest with you, I haven't been keeping an eye on the news. I've been trying to sort of get on with my life and not manifest this and not manifest fear and not have the whole tension of the election. We knew it was coming, but weren't we promised? Weren't we promised that there were going to be terrible things before that? I mean, okay, if you look up in the sky where I am, down in Sussex on the south coast, it has been grey for months, it seems. Months, certainly for the last month, it just seems every day is grey. They are pumping out goodness knows what into the sky, and they are really blocking out the sun, and it is really getting on my nerves. That said, I've been trying to keep on with my interviews, as you know, and we've come to the end of those. A few more will trickle out over the next couple of days, and then I'm able to work on some other projects. That's not to say that the interviews won't come back, but they may be just one or twice a week, something like that, probably in the new year. Anyway, so Trump has trumped, it would seem. So what does that really mean? What have we got to look forward to? That's the thing. And here's the question I would like to ask if I had the ability to, have a word in his shekel, like, is he going to stop this chemtrailing that's going on, the geoengineering, the stratospheric aerosoling of the sky? Is he going to stop that, stop the poisons coming in? Is he going to pull out on all fluoridation of the water and clean up and get the water companies to clean up so we are not being polluted every time we turn the tap on? Is he going to do that in America? And then if he does these things in America, will that then invigorate the rest of the world? Is America going to build back its power to be that central power that it once had? Is he going to rally back against the pharmaceutical companies? Is he going to stop any kind of rollout of medical interventions, mandatory or otherwise, so that actually explore and expose what substances are in these things that even children, babies, are being advised to have when they don't really need it? Is he going to promote wholeheartedly holistic medicine or herbal remedies, alternative remedies, alternative health systems and well-being? Is he going to let people demonstrate that big nasty disease that we've all been told about, the one that's named after a zodiac sign just before Leo, that there are ways of dealing with it that do not mean that you have to go to such extremes that a lot of people do not survive from, and tell people that you've only got 6 months to live. You know what I'm talking about. Is he going to do that? These are things that I think that matter to people. These are things that really matter. Is he going to rein back on the big corporate takeover? Is he going to stop the net zero agenda? Is he going to put an end to the nonsense of pushing everyone towards having electric vehicles? Is he going to stop, for example, all this taking over of our countryside, the agricultural land? Is he going to say, well, look, wind farms, solar panels, yes, solar panels would be all right. You can have solar panels, but why don't you put them down the middle of the motorways? Why don't you run the cables in the central reservation? Why don't you put the solar panels, if you're going to have them, on bridges, on the infrastructure where people do not live and grow products? Don't put them on farmland, which is taking up obviously the growing facility of people and blighting towns, blighting country villages and devaluing people's houses. Who wants to move to a house that is surrounded by these awful things, these pylons that are going up, these great big storage batteries? Other countries do this at sea. Not suggesting that that is such a good thing either, because we know the whole net zero, the green agenda, the man-made global warming is a complete nutter myth. So is Donald Trump going to push back and blow that out and say, actually, we don't need this? Is he going to do those things that will really make a difference? Is he, of course, going to look at these wars that any of the troops are involved in and pull out from it and say, it's none of our business, thank you very much, we'll get out of that? Is he going to do that? There's so many things, there's so many areas. Is he going to stop the 5G rollout across America? And will any of what he does make an influence to what happens here and in our lives in this country, in England, where I am? Will Keir Starmer suddenly be very isolated if Donald Trump and our special relationship it goes the other way? Will he be kicking the WEF and the WHO, who would like the one world government? Is he going to get rid of the cabal once and for all? Is he, as the white hats proclaim, our saviour? Is this the cavalry coming over the hill? Or have we got to be a little bit more circumspect? Does it mean that we can relax? Well, I would say we need to carry on the good fight, carry on pushing back against the tyranny. We have to still take back responsibility for ourselves, I would say. Take back the responsibility and to look after our own lives, not to rely on anybody else to do everything for us, to make our own amusement, to concentrate on creating a holistic world for ourselves, to teach the children ourselves and pull them out of schools, unless that people like Trump and the leaders of the world say, actually, the sexualization of children is abhorrent and I will not tolerate it. And those that have been perpetrating it will be slammed up somewhere. Is he going to do that? Is this big victory as great as it is? I don't know. I have no opinion either way. I'm asking the questions. And that's what we should all be asking and what we should be expecting. Because if it isn't, then we still have a lot of worries, don't we? And we need to carry on pushing back away from tyrannical governments and policies that don't affect us, and making our own lives, finding out those things that are actually important to us. We are living in such amazing times because these questions are coming up. We've never really considered them. We've never thought about them in the past, but now we are, and we're demanding them. We're saying, actually, we need them, but we don't need to go and beg for them. These rights are ours. We just need to turn our backs on those governments which are not doing what they should be doing and live our lives according to how we want to do them. We as honourable men and women of this land. And we will, because these questions now are being thrown up and we want the answers so that we can make our lives good again.